In the 172nd year of Greek rule, King Demetrius assembled his army and marched into Media. He was hoping to gain support for a war against Trypho. When Arsaces, king of Persia and Media, heard that Demetrius had invaded his territory, he sent one of his commanders to capture him alive and bring him to him. The commander defeated the army of Demetrius, captured him, and brought him to Arsaces, who kept him prisoner. Judea was at rest as long as Simon ruled, for he sought the good of his nation. The people were pleased with his authority, with the honor he received throughout his days. To crown his glory, he captured Joppa for a seaport and opened a gateway to the Mediterranean islands. He extended the borders of his nation and gained control of all the land. Simon captured many prisoners of war and ruled over Gazara, Beth-zur, and the citadel. He removed the impurities from the citadel. No one could stand against him. The people farmed the land in peace. The land yielded its produce, and the trees of the plains bore fruit. Old men sat in the squares and talked of good times, while the young men dressed in splendid military style. Simon provided food for the towns and furnished them with fortresses for defense. His name became famous, even to the ends of the earth. He established peace in the land, and Israel experienced great joy. The people relaxed under their own vines and fig trees, and no one gave them reason to fear. No enemy remained in the land to fight them. Their kings were crushed in those days. Simon strengthened the lowly and was zealous for the law of Moses. He did away with the ungodly and evildoers. He made the sanctuary glorious and furnished it with new utensils. News of Jonathan's death reached as far as Rome and Sparta, and they were deeply grieved. They heard that his brother Simon had become high priest in his place and was ruling over the nation and the cities there. So they wrote to Simon on bronze tablets to renew the friendship and alliance they had made with his brothers Judas and Jonathan. The letter from the Spartans was presented to the High Council in Jerusalem. It read as follows: "This letter is from the rulers and the people of Sparta to the high priest Simon, the High Council, the priests, and the rest of the Jewish people, our brothers and sisters. Greetings. The ambassadors you sent to us have told us of your glory and honor, and we have enjoyed their visit. We have recorded their message in our public archives as follows: Numenius son of Antiochus and Antipater son of Jason, ambassadors of the Jews, have come to us to renew their friendship with us. Our people were pleased to receive the men with honor and to put a copy of their message in the public archives as a record for the Spartan people. We have also sent a copy of their message to Simon the high priest." After this, Simon confirmed the alliance with the Romans by sending Numenius to Rome with a large gold shield weighing 570 kilograms. When the people of Israel heard about all this, they said, "How can we thank Simon and his sons? For he and his brothers and his father's family have stood firm. They have repelled the enemies of Israel and established freedom for the nation." So they made an inscription on bronze tablets and mounted them on pillars on Mount Zion. This is a copy of what they wrote. On September 13th in the 172nd year of Greek rule, which is the 3rd year of Simon the great high priest, in 𝗓 the following proclamations were made in the high council of the priests, the people, the rulers of the nation, and the elders of the country. Because of the constant warfare in our country, Simon and his brothers, sons of Mattathias, a priest in the line of Joarib, have become great leaders among us. They have put themselves in danger and resisted the enemies of their nation in order to preserve the temple and the law of Moses. They have brought great glory to their nation. Jonathan rallied his nation together and became the high priest. Now he is dead. When the enemies of Israel decided to invade the country and capture the temple, Simon came forward to fight for his nation. He spent much of his own money to arm the soldiers of his nation and pay them wages. He fortified the towns of Judea, including Beth-zur, which lies on the border of Judea. At one time, the weapons of the enemies were stored there, but he defeated the enemy troops and replaced them with a garrison of Jews. Simon fortified the coastal town of Joppa and also Gazara, which borders upon Azotus, where the enemy formerly lived. He settled Jews there and furnished those towns with everything needed to restore them. When the people saw Simon's faithfulness and his determination to win glory for his nation, they made him their leader and high priest. They did this in return for all the things he had done and because of the justice and loyalty he showed his nation. In every way he sought to enhance his people's power. During Simon's reign, the country prospered under his guidance. He drove the Gentiles from the land, and he also drove them from the city of David in Jerusalem. From this citadel, they had gone out to defile the temple, ruining its purity. But Simon settled Jews in the citadel and fortified it for the safety of the country and the city. He also heightened the walls of Jerusalem. Because of these things, King Demetrius confirmed Simon's position as high priest, made him one of his favored leaders, and granted him great honor. For Demetrius had heard that the Romans regarded the Jews as their friends, military allies, and brothers, and that the Romans had received Simon's ambassadors with honor. The Jews and their priests have decided that Simon should remain their leader and high priest until a true prophet should arise. Simon should be the governor and take charge of the temple. He should appoint officials over the temple duties and over the country, the weapons, and the fortresses. He should be obeyed by all, and all official documents in the country should be made in his name. And he should be clothed with purple and wear gold. None of the people or priests may nullify any of these decisions, nor may they oppose Simon's orders. They may not gather an assembly in the country without his permission, nor may they be clothed in purple or wear a gold buckle. Whoever violates or rejects any of these decisions will be liable to punishment. All the people agreed to allow Simon to act in accordance with these decisions. Simon accepted this and agreed to be high priest, commander, and leader of the Jews and priests, and to exercise supreme authority over them all. The people ordered that this proclamation be engraved on bronze tablets and set up where people could see it in the temple area. They also ordered that copies be deposited in the treasury so that Simon and his sons could access them.